Secretary, do you think the United States should continue supporting Ukraine in its fight against Russia, a nation that is hostile towards the United States?
Well, as you know, sir, President Trump is committed to peace.
No, I just want yes or no answers.
Today, the United States has spent billions of dollars.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Over years.
Just yes or no. Can I get a yes or no out of you?
We continue to send.
Come on.
Presidential drawdown.
It's that easy. Kindergartners can give me a yes or no. Yes or no.
Yes, we support peace in Ukraine.
Come on. Is this really leadership? You're an embarrassment to the United States.
When a Marine Corps veteran calls the Secretary of Defense an embarrassment, it's not rhetoric. It's a warning about what happens when the military gets pulled into politics.
Carbajal.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It shouldn't come as no surprise that I have serious concerns with both the deployment of the National Guard and the Marines to Los Angeles. I served in the Marine Corps. We are trained to be war fighters, not for crowd control. Everyone here should be alarmed that the president has sent armed forces into a city against the wishes of a governor and mayor. I am concerned this administration is purposely escalating the situation with this step and politicizing our armed forces in the process. Let's call it for what it is. It's political theater. Hegseth, are the Marines in Los Angeles ordered to protect property by any means necessary?
Sir, I would say the ICE officers and police officers being attacked is not political theater. The National Guard and Marines,
just yes or no. Just yes or no.
The National Guard and Marines have the full authority to protect federal ICE agents.
Yes or no.
Can
you just say yes or no? This isn't Fox anymore. Just yes or no.
They're there to protect federal agents and federal.
Another BS answer. Under the SRUF, the use of force, are Marines allowed to fire warning shots?
No.
Now that's more like it. Isn't that easy? Well, I'm going to beat this drum because you refuse to take responsibility. Will you take responsibility for having made a mistake? Not to mention, many people would say break the law in participating in the Signal group chat that included a journalist, your wife, your brother, where classified information was shared.
Sir, every way I communicate is authorized.
Okay, if you want to say that. I have called for your resignation. I didn't think you were qualified before your confirmation, and you have done nothing to inspire confidence in your ability to lead competently. You broke the law in sharing classified information, and in doing so, endangered the lives of our service members that you are responsible for. Your inability to hold yourself accountable makes you incapable to lead. This alone makes you unfit to be the Secretary of Defense. Secretary, do you think the United States should continue supporting Ukraine in its fight against Russia, a nation that is hostile towards the United States?
Well, as you know, sir, President Trump is committed to peace.
No, I just want yes or no answers.
Today, the United States has spent billions of dollars.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Over years.
Just yes or no. Can I get a yes or no out of you?
We continue to send.
Come on.
Presidential drawdown.
It's that easy. Kindergartners can give me a yes or no. Yes or no.
Yes, we support peace in Ukraine.
Come on. Is this really leadership? You're an embarrassment to the United States. If Russia invades NATO allies, are you going to recommend to the president that we fulfill our Article 5 obligations?
Well, Russia has not invaded NATO allies.
No.
President Trump.
No. I reclaim my time. Yes or no? It's that simple.
There's Article 5 in NATO, which we recognize.
So is the answer yes or no?
That's what Article 5 is, yes.
Good. I'm glad you brought yourself to saying yes. Do you think political allegiance to Trump is a requirement for serving our nation, either in uniform or a civilian in the department?
I'm incredibly proud, as are millions of Americans.
No. Not today, Hegseth. Yes or no?
Congressman, you know what a silly question that is.
But silly enough to warrant a very straightforward answer. Yes or no?
We all support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
You know what? I'm not going to waste my time anymore. You're not worthy of my attention or my questions. You're an embarrassment to this country. You're unfit to lead. And there's been bipartisan members of Congress that have called for your resignation. You should just get the hell out and let somebody competently lead this department.
Mr. Chairman, do we not have any decorum in here?
Thank you very much. I yield my time.
What you're watching here isn't just frustration boiling over. It's a Marine Corps veteran drawing a hard line between what the U.S. military is designed to do and what it should never be used for. When Representative Salud Carbajal says Marines are trained to be warfighters, not crowd control, that's not rhetoric, it's doctrine. The U.S. military is intentionally separated from domestic law enforcement for a reason rooted in American history. The Posse Comitatus Act exists precisely to prevent the normalization of troops policing civilians. So when Carbajal presses Secretary Hegseth on whether Marines and the National Guard were sent into Los Angeles against the wishes of state and local leaders, he's pointing to something far more serious than a single deployment. He's warning about precedent. Notice how the questioning keeps coming back to simple yes or no answers. That's not accidental. In hearings like this, evasiveness is often more revealing than any admission. When a Secretary of Defense cannot clearly explain rules of engagement, use of force authority, or responsibility for decisions involving armed troops on U.S. soil, that's not a communications failure, it's a leadership problem. Carbajal's insistence on clarity matters because ambiguity is dangerous in military operations. Service members are trained to follow lawful orders, but they rely on civilian leadership to ensure those orders are constitutional, necessary, and clearly defined. Vague answers don't protect troops, they expose them. The exchange about warning shots may seem small, but it isn't. It highlights how easily escalation can occur when military forces are placed in situations they were never designed for. Crowd control decisions are made in seconds. Mistakes are irreversible. That's why military leaders traditionally resist being placed in domestic policing roles, not because they lack capability, but because the cost of failure is too high. Then there's the issue of accountability. When Carbajal raises concerns about classified communications and responsibility for prior decisions, he's challenging something deeper than policy disagreements. He's questioning whether this secretary understands that civilian control of the military doesn't mean political loyalty. It means stewardship. The Constitution, not a president or a party, is the oath. And when the conversation turns to Ukraine and NATO, the frustration isn't about foreign policy nuance, it's about reliability. Allies don't measure strength by rhetoric, they measure it by consistency. Hesitation, deflection, or unwillingness to affirm treaty obligations weakens deterrence long before a shot is fired. Calling a sitting Secretary of Defense an embarrassment is extraordinary, but it didn't come out of nowhere. It came after repeated refusals to answer direct questions that go to the heart of democratic civilian oversight of the military. This is why hearings like this matter, not because they're dramatic, but because they expose how power is being exercised and avoided in real time. So here's the question Americans should be asking themselves. If military leaders can't clearly explain when, why, and how troops are used inside our own cities, who is actually safeguarding the line between security and authoritarianism? Put your answer in the comments. Do you think this deployment reflects responsible leadership or a dangerous erosion of civil-military norms? If you believe accountability matters, especially when it comes to the armed forces, subscribe to Democratic Lens and share this video so more people can understand what's really at stake.